Hello again. Welcome back. Here I am. Here you are. Here we are. Aquí estamos with the most boring part of the English language. Regular verbs in the simple past. I love it. I hate it. Hate. I hate regular verbs. Hate. Estou em hate? Ah, bueno, está aquí, pero he saltado. Hate. I hated irregular verbs yesterday, and I hated irregular verbs last year. I have always hated. I hated everything concerning irregular verbs 20 years ago. Yes, I hated. Hated. Do you hate anybody? Do you hate Luigi Barghini? I don't. I like him. But I hated him the first time I met him. When I met him, I hated him. Not true. The first time I met Natasha, I hated her. I hated her with a vengeance. I hated her. Not true. The first moment I saw her, I liked her. And when I met Francois in Huelva. It's interesting. I was in Huelva, and I met Francois. And I said, "You're not Spanish." He said, "No soy español." I mean, he's French. And I liked him. I didn't hate him, but I hated her the first time I met her. I hated her the first time I met her, but now I like her. Como like her. I like her. Now I like her. But when I met her, I hated her. No, not true. I don't hate anybody. It's difficult to hate somebody. For me, with my disposition, it's impossible to hate somebody. Huh? Maybe some people I don't like very much, but hate? No, it's a bit too strong. Eliminate. Yes. Marta, at the beginning of this course, before class number 1, Marta put a lot of props. The guitar was here, yeah. The microphone was here, the books were here, this book was here, and the pictures were here, and the pencils and the cup were here. But Marta also put a little mouse, ratoncito. She put a little mouse here. And she put something else here, I can't remember. I think she put a doll, una muñequita, here. And she put a flower here, a rose, una rosa here. And I said, no, Marta, eliminate the rose, eliminate the mouse, and eliminate the doll. So I eliminated all the things. So I eliminated everything that was not absolutely essential. I'm stoic. Yeah, I'm very Spartan in my ways. And so I eliminated everything except the microphone, because I need the microphone sometimes, you know, if I need to sing. I mean, I can't sing without a microphone. So I need the microphone. I need the pencils, of course. My God. Can you imagine how difficult this class would be if I don't have these pencils? All right, and I need the cup, but I need the cup to hold the pencils. I don't use the cup very often. I need the guitar? No, I don't need the guitar. It's simply a decorative item. It's simply decoration. I need the books, and I need my friends here, yeah. I need my friends, but I don't need any more. I need my brain, and that's it. And I need my hands to talk to you, to point, etc. Okay, eliminated, existed. Escuche cómo se pronuncia existir. ¿Cómo se dice? 2 huevos, 2 eggs. Eggs, 1 egg, 2 eggs. Zaragoza, zarzuela, eggs, exist. Yes. Prussia doesn't exist anymore. Prussia, yeah. You remember Prussia? Frederick the Great, Prussia. It existed as a country, but it's not a country anymore. Piedmont existed as a country, but it's not a country anymore. But it existed. Did Zeus really exist? Zeus. Who's Zeus? Zeus. What does Zeus mean? What does Zeus mean? How do you say Zeus in Spanish? Zeus. Ah, the god. The king of the gods. Yes. In Greek mythology, the king of the gods, the king of Olympus was Zeus. Did he really exist? Yes, he did. He existed. No, he didn't. Yes, Zeus existed. And his wife Hera existed. And his daughter Aphrodite existed. And his son Ares existed. And his son Apollo existed. They all existed. No, they didn't. What's your definition of exist? My definition is tangible. You can touch them and they really exist. Well, in that case, no. But psychologically and historically and in terms of influence, definitely, sin duda. Se dice definitely para sin duda. No es definitivamente. Definitely they existed. Yes, they existed. They existed. Yes. Okay, so to exist, existed, expand, expanded. Yes, every day I expand your English. Yesterday I expanded your English. To expand is ampliar, amplié. Expandi. I expanded your English. Expand. Include. Yes, included. Yes. Yesterday in the class, if you remember, I included several people. I included Adam and Eve, incluía Adán y Eva, and I included God, and I included the serpent, who is really the devil. But I also included Natasha in yesterday's class. I included Lee Tong. Do you remember? Yeah, I included Lee. I didn't include Akimorita, but I included Lee Tong. I didn't include Philip Johnson, but I included Natasha Zarakovich. Do you remember? Who else did I include? I included Luigi Barghini, and I included, do you remember, Francois Monet? I included him in my class yesterday. I included about 4 or 5 people yesterday. Included. I brought them into the class. I included them. Okay, expected. Yes. Espero que no esperes que te espere. You remember? 2 or 3 classes ago. I hope you don't expect me to wait for you. Okay. Listen, let's meet. I'll pick you up. Futuro aquí, te recogeré en mi coche. I'll drive my car. I'll pick you up where? On the corner of Madison Avenue and 7th and Madison Avenue and 33rd Street. Okay. I'll pick you up on the corner of Madison Avenue and 7th Street. No, excuse me, 33rd Street, right. 33rd and Madison Avenue. I'll pick you up on that corner. All right? Now, I will arrive at or before 10 a.m. I'll arrive at or before 10 a.m. Now, if at 10 a.m. sharp you're not there, I have to go. I'm sorry. I won't wait for you. I won't wait for you after 10 o'clock. So, don't expect me to wait for you. Do you understand? No esperes que te espere. Don't expect me to wait for you. I hope you don't expect me to wait for you, because I'm not going to wait for you. What happened? Well, 3 days ago, this was 3 days ago, I arrived at about 3 minutes to 10. You weren't there. 2 minutes to 10. You still weren't there. 1 minute to 10. You still weren't there. And then I watched the second hand. The minute hand, no. The hour hand, the minute hand, and the second hand. Touched 10, I looked around, and you still weren't there. And I left. Yes. Well, why did you leave? Because I told you. I expected you to wait. You expected me to wait, but I told you not to expect me to wait. But I expected you would wait anyway. Tú esperabas que me quedaría ahí unos minutos más. Yeah, I thought, well, 1 minute late, no problem. Me, with Richard, I'm super punctual. I'm obsessively punctual. Yes, yes, I suffer a problem with punctuality, hyper punctual. So, yes. So, but I expected that you were going to wait for me. I expected. ¿Qué esperabas de todo esto? What did you expect? Pues yo esperaba que sería más fácil el inglés. I expected it would be easier. With you, Richard, I mean, you're a miracle teacher, Ethan. They say you make miracles. You know, you're magic. That you touch person, may the English language descend upon you and remain with you always. Amen. But, well, that's not true. What you heard, lo que oíste, o lo que has oído, what, recuerda que what significa lo que, además de que y cuál, what you heard isn't true. I'm not a magician. I'm not a magician. I don't have magic. You, yes. You have magic. It's my job to open the magic. Yes, but you know, you expected to move, you expected to progress more quickly? Well, your expectations are unrealistic. Your expectations, mucha X, okay, expectations are unrealistic here. I mean, you expected to progress more quickly, right? Where did you, we're in Unit 17. You know, this is class number 1. What is it? Class 157? Yeah, class 157, Marta? And we're in class, where did you expect to be in class 157? Did you expect to be, you expected to be in Unit 28? Are you crazy? You expected to be here? No? You expected to be in Unit 31. Wow. Your expectations are unrealistic. What you expected is disconnected from reality. What you expected is incorrect. All right, we need to go very slowly. My job, I'm going to surround you with the English language. The English language is going to permeate through every pore of your body. You don't need me to learn English. Si definimos learn, aprender como ver y entender la estructura y las reglas gramaticales. Eso es fácil. Ver y entender. I mean, you don't need me. The book, yes. I recommend the book. To learn English. But to acquire English, adquirir el inglés, hacerse con el inglés, requires that I surround you in the ether, in el éter del inglés. I mean, just surround you with English. It's caressing every part of your body. Yes, every part. For a long time. And that's what I'm doing. Because here, I don't need to explain anything to you. Everything is explained here. You don't need me. But I recommend you stay with me because I will create you in a new essence, bilingual. But you stay with me and be patient. A lot of repetition, of course. But English will become a friend and not an enemy. English will become a friend. All right, simple past, third column, regular verbs. Dios mío, nunca. No, we never finish. And I insist that you come every day. I insisted the same thing yesterday. You remember? I said, don't miss a class. No pierdas una clase. Igual que perder un autobús, perder un avión, o perder una clase. O fallar el tiro. To miss. Don't miss a single class. I insist. What did I insist on yesterday? Do you remember? Richard, let's see. You insisted on attending every class. Insist on más gerundio. You insisted on attending every class. Yes. You insisted on making an effort. Yes. What else did I insist on yesterday? Well, you insisted on a lot of things. Yeah. I insisted on making the necessary effort to improve your English, to learn, to absorb the language. El idioma se absorbe, no se aprende. All right, so that's what I insisted on. Invent. Who invented the telephone? There's a controversy. Officially, Alexander Graham Bell. Aquí decís Graham. In the United States, they Graham. Graham, como un gramo de arena. Graham. Un grano de arena, but un gramo, 2 gramos, Graham. Alexander Graham. I think the British maybe say Graham. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. Yeah. Who invented fried eggs? El huevo frito. Yeah. Who invented the fried egg? Wow. Incredible invention, eh? I think Francis Bacon. Did he invent the fried egg? Maybe. Maybe Francis Bacon invented the fried egg. I don't know. Who invented pencils? That's an interesting question. Thank God for that inventor who invented pencils, because my life would be difficult without pencils. All right. And who invented the incandescent light, the light bulb? Well, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. La bombilla de luz, la luz, the incandescent light. Who invented the automobile? I don't know. I think the automobile was invented in France or Germany, not in the United States. Henry Ford didn't invent the automobile. Well, who invented the cotton gin? The what? Yeah, who invented the cotton gin? Eli Whitney. Correct. Wow. You know a lot. How do you say cotton gin in Spanish? La desmotadora de algodón. Anda. Desmotadora de algodón. Yeah, the cotton gin. Very, very important. Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. Okay. Who invented the PC? Well, the PC, the personal computer. Well, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak developed, no me gusta decir inventar, because they didn't really invent it. They developed the first concept of a personal computer. All right, who invented? Who invented? Did I invite you to this class personally? Or did you come? Or did you join the class on your own initiative? I mean, all these people I invited Francois to become part of this method. I said, hey, Francois, would you like to be part of the Vaughan method? And he said, sure, man, cool. Sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. And then I asked Natasha, I said, Natasha, I invited her to become part of this method. I said, Natasha, would you like to become famous? She said, yeah. I mean, she's a chemist in Moscow. She works in the the state laboratory. And said, would you like to become famous? She said, sure. How? Well, I want to invite you to be part of the Vaughan method. I'll make you famous. And she said, sure, cool. Como mola, cool. And so I invited her, and she came. I invited all of these people. I invited more people, but some people rejected my invitation. Some people I'm turning the pages, some people turned down or rejected my invitation. But these people accepted. I invited all of them. I invited about 30 people, but only about 16 or 17 accepted my invitation. The others thought I was crazy. And I think Natasha thinks I'm crazy too. But she likes trying crazy things. And so, but the most difficult was Aki Morita. I invited Aki. And he said, the Vaughan method, what's that? It's the best method in the world for learning English. He said, are you going to include my family? I said, probably, because you have an interesting life. A Japanese family living in the deep south, el profundo sur de Estados Unidos, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. All right, it's a very interesting story. He said, okay. So I invited all of these people. To invite, invited. Land, landed. You remember, how many planes landed yesterday in the world? Well, every day there are 1 million takeoffs and landings. It's true, eh? So 1 million planes took off yesterday, took off, con doble F, and 1 million planes landed yesterday. How many planes landed in the Madrid airport, Barajas? How many planes landed? I don't know, but probably 300 planes landed yesterday, maybe. How many planes landed in Kennedy Airport in New York? Probably 500 planes landed yesterday in New York, yes. Where did Air Force One land yesterday? It probably landed in Andrews Air Force Base, just outside of Washington. Lift, to lift. I'm trying to lift this table. This table's very heavy, Marta. But Marta lifted this table the other day. Marta, what are you doing? She said, estoy moviendo la mesa. Bueno, eso es mexicano. I can't speak with a civilian accent. How did you, she lifted the table by herself. I mean, she's menudita. She's 1 meter. How tall are you, Marta? She's 1 meter. She's 1 meter 56. Okay. How much do you weigh? She weighs 52 kilos. So she's 1 meter 56, and she weighs 52 kilos. She is 1 meter 56, and she weighs 52 kilos. And she lifted this table with no problem. I can't lift it. How did you lift it? She's saying, see, my secret. She lifted it with her own 2 hands and arms. She lifted it. Lifted. When I was a teenager, I lifted weights. I was a runner, and I played American football, and I played baseball, I played basketball, and I lifted weights. Levantaba pesas. I lifted weights in Oklahoma. I lifted weights. And then, when I went to the university in Dallas, there was a gym next to my student residence, and I lifted weights in that gym. To lift weights. Lifted. Yes, sir. Let's continue. Last. Recordarás que last, además del último, es durar. ¿Cuánto dura? This class lasts about 25 or 26 minutes. The class itself lasts 25 minutes. With the music, it lasts, qué difícil es decir eso, que sí, STS al final. It lasts 26 minutes, more or less. Now, the Second World War lasted 6 years. The First World War lasted 4 years. The American Civil War lasted 4.5 years. The Spanish Civil War lasted 3 years, almost 3 years. The 30 Years' War lasted 30 years. It's true. It lasted from 1618 to 1648. Now, the 100 Years' War lasted 126 years. It didn't last 100 years. It lasted 126 years. The storm with Noah lasted Noé y su arca. Noah's ark lasted 40 days and 40 nights. 40 days and 40 nights. This class yesterday lasted 26 minutes. Lasted. Se añade la sílaba aquí, last. Need. I need understanding. I need affection. Yo necesito cariño y afecto y comprensión. I need understanding. I need affection. I need attention. I need to be the center of attention. Yeah. And I needed, when I was a little boy, it's not true. When I was a little boy, I didn't need attention. My sister needed attention, yes. My sister needed a playmate. Un compañero de juego. Playmate. Classmate, compañero de clase. Flatmate or housemate, compañero de piso, mate, playmate, compañero de juego. Now my sister was the first. I was a second. And of the first child normally receives a lot of attention. And my sister always needed my mother or my father to play. My sister is 3 years older than I am. She's 3 years older than I am. And when she was a little girl, little baby, when she was a child, she needed a playmate. I didn't. I created imaginary playmates. I needed playmates too, but I didn't need real playmates. I needed playmates, but not necessarily human playmates. So I created imaginary playmates, and I still do. I create imaginary playmates. I create these things. And I have run out of time, so I have to say goodbye. See you tomorrow.